Do it. Go.
Why?
It's just so stupid. My face is right here, and you're in the background.
I'm like this. Hey, how you doing? Alright, delete that. That was never a thing.
That never happened.
Okay.
What's up, YouTube? Logan here from J5 Studios. So today, I am traveling to a town that's very familiar to me in Ohio, and that is Lima. Lima, Ohio, not pronounced Lima. Please do not pronounce this town Lima. It is Lima. And I don't really have a total game plan for today's video. I am going to head back to my old college campus that I lived on for basically 3 years of my life. I lived there, and that is University of Northwestern Ohio. It's gonna probably just be a trip down memory lane for a few things, check out some stuff, see what they've added. Now, of course, this is a college campus. There are kids walking around going to classes at this time, so I don't know how much I'm gonna film, but I'm gonna try and film a little bit and then check out, like, show you guys where I lived for 3 years and other places and so on and so forth. But yeah, let's get heading that way. I'm on the east side of Lima right now, so I got to go through kind of a little bit of town. I still remember how to get to this place like it's the back of my hand. But yeah, we're gonna go check it out, and then I may end up showing you guys some other spots that I frequented when I lived here. One of them being the comic book store. Gary, I, and Whedon. All three of us, man, we used to go to the freaking comic book store like three, 4 times a week, buy one HeroClix, and drive all the way back, be back to the dorm, be disappointed, and like 2 hours later, drive back and spend another $4 on another HeroClix. It was a pretty strange addiction. But okay, well, let's get moving, and let me show you some crap. So basically, it's been about 10 years since I last lived here, because I graduated in 2014. So I think literally my last day of college was actually my birthday, which is coming up. So we're getting close to 10 years since I was in college. Again, starting to feel like a grandpa more and more every day. But this pretty much looks the same right here. This is 309 heading into downtown Lima. Most of these places look exactly the same. The buildings look the same. There used to be a skyline somewhere right here that... Oh, I literally just passed it. Okay, there's a skyline back there. I used to go there all the time too because I loved that skyline. So this was how, like, when I wanted to go back to Marion, this was the route that I took back to Marion, 309. Only opposite, because now I'm heading into Lima. And I would always pass this Kewpies up here, which I made a video all about Kewpies about a year and a half ago. You can see right here, here's 75. You can get right on right here, and you can be to Dayton pretty quick. You can also be to Toledo pretty quick from here. And then there's a Kewpies up there. I'll show you guys in a second. But not a lot has changed right here. This was construction for most of the time I was here, so I guess this little overpass got done. That's kind of cool. But in general, this has all looked the same for a decade. It's looked exactly the same. You can see right there, there's one of the 3 Kewpie locations in this town. Again, if you want to know more about Kewpies, I made a whole freaking video about it. You can go check that out. It's probably up at the top somewhere. I already put it at the top. Go check it out. Just hitting the downtown Lima area. I did notice there's a few roundabouts that have been added to this area that were definitely not there when I was in college. And I think they added one right here. Yeah, I don't think this used to be a roundabout in this little area. But also, I might be driving into... I used to know a bunch of shortcuts I know I said I know how to get there like the back of my hand, but after you drove it so many times, I did find little ways here and there to be a little quicker. And I think I actually used to come in from that side over there by the, there was like an Ohio theater over there. And I think that's the way I used to go to school. So this is different. What I'm saying is they have added roundabouts in areas. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, here's freaking downtown Lima right here. And Cupie's is right there. I don't know if you're able to see Cupie's or not. The like really old looking Cupie's was over there. I have no idea if you guys saw that or not. Also, that lady's car alarm was going off, and I don't know if you heard that or not. All right, let's get to the school here. All right, so we're getting pretty close here. We're on Cable Road. I think it's North Cable Road. There's a yellow roof right there. I don't know if you could see it or not before it went away, but that was the third Cupie. So there you go. You've seen all three Cupies in this video as well. North Cable Road, that's the road that the college is actually located on, UNOH. And then the campus kind of flows off of that. And, you know, guys, I know it's only been 10 years, but basically all this stuff looks exactly the same too. I have like 1,000 stories I could be telling you guys right now, like about the one time we went to this McDonald's right here, and that's when coning was a really big thing on the internet, where you like grab the cone from the top, and we went in that freaking McDonald's, and my roommate Zach was gonna cone that guy, and the manager said, "If you cone me, I will call the law." And so he went, "Okay, thank you," and he just grabbed the cone like normal. Man, that was so fun. Like I said, I could go on and on and tell you guys stories about, you know, the college days, but I'm not gonna do that, or at least I'm gonna try not to do that much of like reminiscing story stuff. I want candy. I want candy. But yeah, so we're getting up here. I can see the UNOH sign from here. I don't know if you guys can, but I definitely can. And I think it was about a year after I got to school, they actually bought there was an Office Depot across the street, and they ended up buying that and turning it into an indoor athletic complex, which is fancy talk for a gym. Although they had other stuff. They had like a golf simulator in there and like a place you could practice soccer and stuff like that. But that's where I would go to work out. Like I would go there right when they opened, which I think was like 6 a.m., 6 or 7 a.m. before my first class. And I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like. I'm assuming it's still there. Oh yeah, and it still kind of looks like, that's funny. It still looks like a freaking, I'll pull in here so you guys get a better shot. But it literally still looks like an Office Max, Office Depot. Like they didn't even really change the outside of it. See there? Still got the shiny stuff around it. But yeah, this is where I'd work out every single morning. And there's the event center. I don't know if you'll be able to see the event center from here. I don't know if this parking lot wraps around, but that's like where like orientation was and things like that. It's that building way back there. There's a building way back there. I'm not gonna drive back there. It's a very fancy looking building, and the inside was super nice too. But man, that's crazy. It still looks exactly like a freaking Office Max. Now, sometimes crossing this road was a little tricky because you had to go straight across it like this. Wow, I just did that perfectly. And this was the first place I lived. These are the Sherwood dorms here. And yeah, these were terrible. These were very gross, nasty roads. I would cross that bridge right there, if you guys can see it. Right there, I'd cross that bridge, go to my class. That was the 100 building. This would flood really bad when it rained, and it was crazy like how close the water would get. But yeah, let's go over here. I'll try to get close to my first dorm. Again, people live here, like, you know, early adults live here, and I don't want to, like, they're gonna be idiots if they see me filming, I feel like, and I don't want that. So, but man, I remember exactly how to still get to my my dorm over here. These look exactly the freaking same. Exactly the same. I'm trying to remember my dorm number. Also, parking right here was an absolute joke. It was always a pain in the butt to park. My roommates always made me drive because it was such a hard thing to park. And I think it was 21. I think that was it. I think I went through that door right there, and that was my dorm room. These were disgusting dorms. I hated living here. They were really gross. Sorry if somebody from UNOH is watching, but also if somebody from UNOH is watching, like, freaking tear these dorms down. All right, so leaving there, this is the kind of the on-campus. This is how you enter, like, campus for most of your, like, classes. Turn right down here. It's actually called College Road. And this is where a lot of my classes were for my first year, and then they end up building the 13,000 building. And a lot of my tech classes moved to that building, which was great because it moved to the dorms that I enjoyed. But the 100 building, which is kind of over in this area, was like the business part of the campus. That's where I had, like, you know, your normal, like, math and classes like that. This used to be a little cafe here. Now it just says restaurant. Oh, it is. Look, Racers Cafe. Still there. I used to go in there and get French fries and a Pepsi all the freaking time. But that was the 100 building right there. Went in there a whole freaking lot and walked this many a times up to my class. Sometimes drove it. They really wanted us to walk because of just parking for people that didn't live on campus. But you know what? If it was freaking snowing, which it snowed a ton while I was here, I would 100% drive up there or catch a ride with somebody, one of my roommates, things like that. But this is new, by the way. So you used to have to drive through this. We called it Redneck Village because it's a bunch of, like, the auto guys. But later on they added this after I left. So, like, this is a brand new freaking road here. Probably one of the best, like, decisions that this college has ever made, making this little road. Man, they didn't skimp out on the speed bumps, I can tell you that. Which is probably a good thing because, like, there's a lot of automotive kids that go here. NASCAR is heavily involved with UNOH. So I know how these guys were. They'd be freaking drag racing down this thing at you know, midnight. So they added these speed bumps, that way you can't freaking do that. But yeah, this little road here, great addition. I used to have to drive through the little windy area with kids trying to pass here and there and park, and it was a pain in the butt. So it's cool that they added that. Here's a little parking area here. Safety services is over there. Little fun fact, I actually had an interview here after I graduated for a graphic design position. I didn't get the freaking job, but I interviewed right there in that little building way over there by that tree right there. That's where I interviewed at. Well, let's go that way. Screw it. Let's go this way. Car show, dodgeball, May days, May 15th. What's today? Is today May 15th? No, yesterday was May 15th. They had a car show yesterday. Anyways, that's like an administrative building. Safety services is over here. That's, you know, where they yell at you for misbehaving and stuff. Then over here they've got tennis court and baseball field. And what's cool is they actually made these the same colors as, like, the school, like that weird, not weird, but like that darker red. I can't think of it. Burgundy? I think it's burgundy. So they made, like, kind of unique to the college. They made, like, the field. I mean, the field's green, but, like, the dirt for the baseball is that color. That's pretty cool. Never went to a freaking baseball game while I was here. I never went to any of their sporting events. I never even went to Lima Land or anything like that. But yeah, this was kind of this area here. Again, some of this is new, like, and they have more automotive buildings over here. And I'm sorry I'm not highlighting any of the automotive stuff. I really don't know a lot about, like, it. And this little I'm gonna turn around There's so many. I don't know if you guys can see. There's so many burnout spots here. Guys peeling out in front of the sign. But let me show you what this kind of looks like. Because this is new. This West Campus entrance sign right here. And I think you guys can see that. That was not here when I was going to school. That's a new little thing that they added. Used to just, this was kind of like the back way into the college actually, and then they officially made it an entrance after I graduated. But so that's pretty much it for this side. Let's head to where I lived most of my time here. My time in those dorms I just showed you was pretty brief. In fact, I think I only lived there for like maybe 2 quarters. I can't remember. It was either 2 or 1. But these little buildings here, most of the time that's where I was living.
Fine, okay? If you throw up in your bucket, not on the ground. If you throw up, you're taking your bucket to the dumpster. Don't choke, okay? Other than that, it is 5 minutes. We'll have 5 minutes on the clock. Eat as much as you can in 5 minutes.
America!
Who's got one down? Who's got one down?
Oh man, he's going down. He's got it. Oh, but we got Fargo. He's coming back into it.
9, we got 10.
We got 9 and 10. We got it.
Oh,
this is just beautiful. What can you say about these guys? God
And
bless
we got
them.
over here. We got a 9, 8. Back it up. Spit it out in your bucket. Spit it.
No, because if he doesn't, then it means he didn't finish it. He has to finish it.
Face.
Hey, Stephanie, you got
That
the second
face.
highest. Like how many?
I think 8.
Turn it off if I want somebody to throw up. But they look like champs.
Not Ricky. Ricky looks like he
Yeah, who wants free hot dogs? Sebastian. Sebastian, what's your last name?
So here's our little Barnes and Noble that we had on campus. You could go in there and buy like, you know, UNOH swag, things like that. This is that new building I was talking about. This was the 13,000 building. This is where most of my classes were at during my second, I don't want to say term, but my second time living here. That was where most of them are. There's a little cafe there too that my good pal Jeff used to get pizza for me all the time. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for the pizza. That's where we'd get pizza, and we'd make them deliver it to us all the way to here. There's a funny story with that. It was like snowing real bad one time, and we ordered it to deliver, and literally the guy told us to just come get our own effing pizza. So we walked over there and got it. It wasn't that far, but it was literally a blizzard out. It's freaking hilarious. So I lived Racers Village. So I lived in 2 dorms here. And I'll be totally honest with you. I know the first one was the Richardson house, which is the famous one to me because that was RV 54, which holds a lot of good friendship memories. Wow, you can actually see it right there. You can see the 54 on that door in the back. Man. These are all new. So these were like just being built or were not built yet. There used to be a basketball court over here that guys used to play at. But yeah, I would park like way out here. Like my Supra was parked way out here every time. And then usually there was a little hookup for diesel trucks back over there. Jeff Galashaw. Jeff.
I'm not ready. I'm moving. Jeff, 18 to 9.
Carl, can you go move that stuff that's sitting in the grass for me? Like this. Kind of smirk. Like that. That'll be how the dark memories ends. Alright, Carl, get out of the shot.
I'm getting.
Man, I wish I could remember, like, because we ended up getting kicked out of there and we had to move to another dorm because they started putting athletes in these dorms. These were very nice. These were very nice dorms. And gosh, I cannot remember which one it was. I know this was 54. This is where like Jeff and Lando and Carl and we all lived in those dorms together, and they tried to kick Whedon out. Man, that's crazy. I can see the 54 sign right there. Wow. That is freaking insane to me, seeing that. It may have been no, it wasn't the Taylor house. It was one of these two right here. It was one of these. It may have been the Nonamaker house. It was one of these. Anyways, I lived here for like, I think 2 quarters as well. But yeah, man, that was crazy. That was really weird seeing RV54. I've not seen RV54 that close in like a long time. So I am gonna go in here to the 13,000 building real quick. I kind of just want to see what the cafeteria looks like and see if I can see like my old classroom and stuff. So I did film like a lot of my old like skit comedy videos from way back in the day on this campus. We filmed a lot of stuff here. I filmed a thing in class for the UNOH Cafe where I use like the front of the building and stuff. I'm gonna put that in little spots so you guys can see some of that footage, and that footage is 10 years old, which is really crazy to me. There it is. I don't know if I filmed that entrance or if I filmed the actual food court entrance. One of these two entrances. Was filmed, and then I filmed some stuff inside. I don't know how much I'm gonna walk around with a camera in here, maybe subtly, because these kids are gonna ask what the heck I'm doing, but I'll go inside and film a little bit. Okay, this is definitely new. They did not have this when I was going here. It's like a little map of the entire campus. You can see all the dorms, you can actually see the baseball diamonds and stuff like that. Yeah, that's definitely new. This was not here when I was going to school here. Here it is. Here's the little kind of lobby area. There's the food court area right there. The library was upstairs. Lando worked there. Let me go show you guys where my main classroom was. So it was one of these, and I can't remember exactly which one it was right offhand, but this was like our DME lab where I learned like Photoshop stuff. It wasn't that one, I don't think. It may have been that one. Okay, I lied. It was definitely this one, 13112. That was it right there. If you peek in there and you look in the back, see that little box right there? That box was actually for like recording like sound for like videos. It was super nice. You could get like real good sound quality from it. So we used that a few times in videos here and there. Back in this little common lobby area here, you can see the different flags up on the ceiling. And you can also see the UNOH sign up there. And here's the UNOH Cafe. It's usually pretty empty. It's empty right now. Had a lot of time with my netbook right here in these little booths with a Pepsi. They also had like these buffalo chicken subs, which were so freaking good. And I used to get those all the time. Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely a video somewhere on the internet that I filmed right here. It pretty much looks exactly the same. Go. They even have the same exact pictures on the wall. Like these were the exact same ones that were on the wall for years in these spots. They haven't even updated that. Is that Nashville Crush? So when I lived here on campus, I was freaking broke. Like, I didn't have any money hardly at all to do anything in this town that required money. So I would do what all typical poor college kids would do. I would try to bum food off my friends and hang out at free places. The mall was one of them. I'm not going over to the mall today, and I didn't go there as much as like you would think, but there are times I would just go over there and walk around, and it's pretty much a dead mall at this point. But you know, I remember going over there a lot. Me and Whedon would actually go over there and get Chinese, which was actually really good Chinese inside that mall. I don't know what it is with malls and having good like Chinese food and sushi. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why that exists, but it does. But, you know, one thing that I did a lot, and I've already said it in this video, was go to the comic book store. I'm serious, I cannot tell you guys how many times me and Gary and Whedon, well, we went every New Comic Book Wednesday, we were there. We had comics like in the bathroom, like when we'd go in there and do a number 2, we could read comics. We loved Alter Ego. So it was probably the most popular place that I went to while I was here. So I'm excited to show you guys that I'm traveling right now on 309, and it pretty much looks the same right here. There's not a lot has changed. Wow, they even have an old looking Wendy's. I should have showed you guys that, but it's an you know what an old Wendy's looks like. It looks like an old Wendy's. So right here there's a Fazoli's. And another story, the first day of college, the first night that me and Gary stayed here, we went to that Fazoli's and we ate. And we never ate there again the entire time we were in school until my last day of college. We went back. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, back in downtown Lima here. This is a little sign here for the Lima Town Square. Right off Main Street is the location for a comic book shop. I cannot even begin to tell you how many times I have walked inside and purchased comic books. And there it is. Alter Ego Comics. Seriously, guys, I'm not joking. I went there so much. 3 times a week sometimes. Sometimes every day. Sometimes Gary and I, we'd go every day. We had a break in class, whatever. Right there. Alter Ego Comics in Lima, Ohio. Countless packs of HeroClix were bought here. Comic books were bought here. This was kind of where I started getting into reading comic books more than ever, I would say. Very nostalgic seeing this. Very, very nostalgic. Let's get closer. Let's cross the street. Now, of course, it does look a little different than it used to. Apparently they sell Lego now, so that's pretty interesting. I can actually see Lego in there. But yeah, the inside looks way different than it did when I was going here. They actually got smaller, I think. Like they ended up sharing the space with another area. They used to have an R2-D2 little statue. Oh, look, it's still there. Can you see that? You guys see that R2 over there? Yeah, look at that. Wow. Yeah, it looks totally different in there, to be honest with you. But they share it now. I think they share it with like a brewery or something like that, or they used to. This all looks cool. Here's a freaking mural of Spider-Man over here in a hoodie. That's pretty neat. I think they got hit. I think like a car hit the building or something a few years ago, and they had to like redo the front because the front does look a little newer. But yeah, there it is. Of course, they're closed right now. They're not open. They're not open till 11 a.m. But here it is. Alter Ego. Thanks for all the comic books, guys. Really appreciate it. I think that's going to do it for me, guys, with the old comic shop in the background here. I'm going to close out this video. Nostalgic trip for me. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed seeing some of the stuff and you were somewhat interested about what I was doing a decade ago. And this was it. I was hanging out in this town in Northwest Ohio, trying to get a degree in multimedia, digital media, Photoshop, video editing, things like that. And I did graduate, for the record. But yeah, this is pretty cool seeing this stuff. Not a lot's changed in a decade's time, which I think is good. I'm glad to see a lot of this stuff is still here. I'm glad to see Alter Ego still going strong. They were around way before me here, and they're still around now. Pretty dope. If you guys are ever in Lima, go check them out. 100%. Like, that's the place to go check out in Lima, is the comic book shop. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, all that bullcrap. Till next time.